Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 164. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the Funeral Commander Harbison. And this is the Funeral Nation web show, the only weekly funeral news web show on the planet.
It's it. Funeral Nation's live. Think 164. I mean, we're coming up to where NFDA, again, is getting ready to be seasoned for the Super Bowl. Some of the stuff we're going to talk about today with announcements. It's interesting after September rolls around what happens and
That's
what
right.
people are doing or what's been going on during the year when it's kind of quiet. So, Ryan, what's the reason that we're fueled here?
Well, we're able to be fueled by Jamie, Meredith, and C&J Financial. Great group. If you're not getting paid, then you need Jamie, period. They got it going on. Jamie is a great friend of ours and has got a great team around him, and they're doing some great things, and they've got some big announcements coming up that we'll feature here on the show soon. But let's roll their new promo.
C&J Financial and CFS are excited to announce a powerful yet simple solution to help thousands of funeral homes and families with the challenges that life insurance assignments can bring. Insurance companies are often a hassle to deal with, and claims can take weeks or months before payment is received. If you're tired of the hassle and cash flow delay in processing insurance death claims, C&J's Fast Funding program can help. With the new seamless integration between the two companies, CFS client families can submit preliminary insurance information to your firm through your website prior to the arrangement conference. The final assignment information is sent to C&J via the Insurance Assignment tab in your website management console. Once the claim is submitted, C&J will verify the benefits, and as soon as verification is obtained, payment is made to your firm, usually within 24 to 48 hours. C&J and CFS are committed to simplifying the lives of funeral directors so you can focus your time serving families.
So, Ryan, it seems like in the news we're starting to see, as I spoke earlier, it's interesting during the summer months, it's a little bit of a lull in the funeral business. Simply, I think because vacations are going on, the death rate typically is lower than it is in the first and fourth quarters. And so we see some of the work that's been going on now come to fruition as announcements are being made. For instance, the alliance with the Foresight companies, Roosevelt Investments, and also Golden Considerations that was placed out today, where that's an alliance working together. And we've talked about this almost. I'd love to dig back and see if we can find some of those clips where we talk about alliances and also partnering up, what that's going to mean for the funeral business. You see it a lot on the technology side.
Absolutely. And you and I have talked about it extensively. We've broke news on this show at least a dozen times of partnerships and things that are happening in the profession. But on the technology side, one of the interesting things we see is 3-4 years ago, every company was kind of in their own silo, developing their own things and trying to be everything to everybody. And now we're seeing more and more technology companies with bits and pieces that are playing nice together so that funeral homes can have a great experience. Not everything has to be in one bag with one company. And we're seeing software pieces being developed by one company, plugged into websites, plugged into other pieces of the business, where I think that's what's best for the profession. And you and I broke the news also at the beginning of the year about Frontrunner, Frazier, and SRS being acquired by a company outside of the funeral space that's trying to get into the funeral space with some technology acquisition. So it's interesting on the technology side where I live, how things are transitioning and how we're starting to play nice together, or we're going all in and cashing in with an acquisition on a company that can provide deeper pockets to be able to build other tools. And then on the finance side and what your specialty is, there's a lot of other partnerships and intertwinings happening of people aligning together to offer something better to the profession. And I love it. I think it creates more competition, which is always a good thing. I think that it is providing tools to move the profession forward faster. And it's great to see, on the technology side for me, where products are being developed with the consumer in mind first, not what's best for the funeral home. And I think that's where we screwed up historically, is we've developed products for the funeral director, not for the consumer. And now we're starting to develop technology tools that address the consumer, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the funeral home wants if it's not addressing the need of the consumer. So when we develop tools there, it's making it more valuable. And we're seeing a lot of companies align that are vendors that are aligning in ways that are great for the funeral home, but at the end of the day are most beneficial to the consumer. And I think that's a win across the board.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And, when you look at the merger acquisition side, we saw some pretty big acquisitions this year of large family firms.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing into the future where there's a strength by collectively working together. And so it's an interesting market right now for funeral home owners and the business, because again, we see that a majority of funeral home owners are in their 60s and they're looking to retire. And one of the issues going on also is, if they're not picked up by a public company or regional, then they need to have someone that's a key person that could be family.
Yeah.
But if those don't exist, then it becomes a little problematic. And part of what we're doing here is helping funeral home owners match up with funeral directors that want to buy. Even with financing, we have a big announcement coming up there. However, it's really a good time to be in the business, because we're seeing a complete change of how we operated in the past.
That's right. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. I love this time of year. Like, once August hits, it's game time. And, right prior to NFDA, we're going to have press releases from everybody and anybody of what's happening, what they're rolling out. I still think it's crazy that we wait for 1 month of the year to do all the business that's possible. But this is an exciting time, one, to be a part of the profession and be on the leading edge like your company is and our company is. That's exciting in itself. But to see after August how the dominoes just start to fall and the puzzle pieces come together, man, it moves quick, and the end of the year gets here before we know it. And it's fun. It's really fun, and it's
interesting. The credit to NFDA, they pretty much have given us a platform that everything exciting comes out before it, because that's when the World Showcase, or again, our Super Bowl is. So speaking of the world seeing it, we do a lot of work here with Welton at Ring Marketing. I have to tell you, the guys, I want to give a shout out to Richard. Thank you. He's a fellow that works with him. He's a genius. I'm fascinated when they get in behind the scenes to watch what they do. And, if you're growing, if you don't know that the web presence is absolutely crucial, along with social media, again, they're all pieces of that marketing pie.
Yep.
Saying one's better than the other, but you have to have it all. And if you need to have it, you need to be with Ring Marketing. So let's share a little bit about Welton's team.
We're Ring Marketing. We help funeral homes generate at least 10 more at-need calls per month. Our techniques help you dominate local search rankings and become the top choice for services in your area. We also proudly offer a 100% money-back guarantee. For a free copy of our book, visit www.funeralhomeprofits.com.
Fantastic. Love Welton. Him and I got stuck on the same speaking track for a couple conventions this year, which he is a funny guy and a great guy to hang out with. And, I love when I can hang out with Welton and some of the other people that you and I get to hang out with, where we're not the smartest people in the room. And that's always, it's always good to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. And Welton is definitely that when I get to hang out with him.
I have to tell you too, his passion for the business.
Yeah.
When you merge those things together, and I think everybody understands that we're passionate about our business and the people, but you can tell it's authentic when he's working. This is something he really cares and invests in. So, Welton, thank you. Give you a little salute there. You and Richard, you guys are really helping us well.
All right, Commander. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to wrap up 164. We've got guests. Pretty much, as we say, summertime's a little bit of a lull. We've been from South Carolina to Aruba, offshore. And now we start getting into a groove and a pace about our business here at Funeral Nation.
That's it. I'm excited for it. All right. Next week, we got some great things coming up and some good guests announcing some partnerships. So it's going to be exciting stuff. All right, Commander. Stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. Let's do this thing. Until next time, have a great effing week.
Out here.